Hey everybody, let's live stream some The Forest. It's been a while since I've been back to visit The Forest, and we do have a new version of The Forest coming pretty soon. And as such, you know, it might be time to get back in here, take another look, and see how it goes. Let me see if I can get my control panel up here so I can take a peek and see what's going on. It's been a long time since I've done anything live. Let me see here. Since I've done anything live. Let me see here. Okay, let's give this another whirl here. All right, well, we'll just play along here for now and see how it goes. So this is The Forest. This is a horror survival game. We're going to go ahead and start a new game. And we have all sorts of different options here, right? So you could either play normal, which is pretty damn challenging in itself, or you can pick a couple of harder ones, or you can say, I just want to play the game with no enemies in the world whatsoever. And if you get a little tweaked out or wigged out by horror or whatnot, that might be the way to go. I prefer to play it in the normal mode, the way God and everybody intended it. Okay. So the game starts you off on a plane with your kid, and I can see that I haven't set my controls back up since I installed this. Anyway, so this is sort of the prologue, if you will, and we can actually skip this if we like. But we've got a survival book, and we're going to go down if you haven't figured it out. That's the only way that this game's going to work, right? We're going to go down. All right, let me jump in here and see if, yeah. Now, what you don't really know until you finish the game is why did you go down? And believe it or not, you will get an explanation as to why your plane went down if you finish the game. Otherwise, you won't. All right, so we crashed. Damn it! I gotta invert my Y here. There's your son. I don't know where everybody else is on the plane, but listen, let's not get into the details here. Should be bodies and corpses all over the place, right? Yeah, maybe we were the only two on the plane, huh? What do you think? All right, so you immediately start off destitute. You're starving. Look at the meter in the bottom right. Yeah, you're covered in blood, not good, and you're on a crashed plane, also not good. And you're also without inverted Y's. So let's get that on now so I can frickin' move around here. Perfect. All right. So immediately there's an item added to our to-do list. Let me see if I can remember all this stuff. It's been a while since I played. Okay. So you open up your survival book here, and there's a whole bunch of basics of survival tutorial. This is your inventory screen, which you have a lighter, a basic backpack, a survival guide. Not a ton to see here. So again, you can look through the tabs of your book and it will start telling you the things that you need to build. Crafting is not a huge part of this game. I mean, you have to do it, but it's not so deep that it becomes a chore to build. All right, so we have some signal stuff. Okay, here's our to-do list. Find Timmy and set up the camp. That seems innocuous enough. Some basic stats about ourselves. Hey, Mexborough Buildings. How's it going, man? If you can, let me know if you can hear me okay. I didn't really check my audio before I got into the game here. It's probably okay, but who knows? Okay, so there's a whole bunch of stuff for you to look at here. What we really need to do is get a camp set up and start surviving. Survival first, after all, right? So if we look around the plain, there's plenty of things. There's stuff for us to eat, leftover rations from the trip. So, we just picked up a fire axe. Perfect. So we're going to go ahead and eat everything that's on the plane that's available to us. There's also some other good stuff, such as batteries. There'll be medicine. There'll be a bottle of booze. There's the passenger manifest. More booze bottles. More food to eat. So essentially now we've sort of scoured the plane for... Oh, nope, there's some more medicine. We want that. And let's make sure... Oh, there's some other stuff we missed. Drink. It used to be that you couldn't get back on the plane once you jumped off. I believe that's no longer the case. I think it's all easy on, easy off. Okay. So at this point in time, we're sort of on our own. I mean, there's no real hand-holding in this game. We are going to bust open every suitcase we can get our hands on. And we're going to have to start chopping down trees and gathering wood. And these stupid tennis balls show up everywhere. Supposedly it was a tennis team that was on that plane, and so there's tennis crap everywhere. Some sort of an inside joke from the developers. But you will find stuff everywhere. Obviously rocks and sticks, since they're plentiful and they do regenerate over time, you'll be picking up a lot of them, and you'll need a lot of them to get done what you need to do. Alright, so obviously there's plants to pick up. There's tons of stuff to do. You can destroy trees. You can chop down trees. Okay, looks like we're full of rocks. So the first thing we really need to do is we need... Oh, great. And we get rain to go with it. What a deal. So the first thing we need to do, obviously, is set up a camp. So take a look at our inventory. We're doing pretty well here. We have rocks. We have sticks. We have cloth. We have booze bottles, which we can combine with the cloth to make Molotov cocktails if we need to. We have a passenger manifest telling us... who it is that we need to find that are still missing, right? We got some cash. Listen, we got some stuff off of this. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. So what we want to do, though, first off, is we need to get the party started. So I could use the mouse, by the way. I'm a controller user. I'll use the mouse to just kind of move this thing along. So you need fire, right? We need fire, water, shelter, food. Essentially. So once you actually select the item, you can place it and then begin to craft it. I like this kind of a building system where it leaves a shadow behind where you can tell, oh, I need 2 sticks and I need 7 leaves. Okay, well, that's great. I mean, I actually know what I need to go find. And it also says at the bottom, gather leaves, gather sticks. Right down. Oop. Well, can't do that with the mouse right now. Okay. It just so happens I already have those things. So we're going to go ahead and deposit these. All right, perfect. So we can start the fire, which now that it's raining, it probably won't stay lit. Okay. First things first, we've got heat. We've got something that might ward off the enemies. Now we need to make a shelter. All right, once again, I'm going to grab the mouse here. So you can build all semblances of shelters. What we really need right now is a temporary shelter, and we need this because we need to save our game. So you can sit here and you can rotate it. So you can listen, from a crafting point of view, if you're really into crafting, this game actually is pretty good in terms of what you can and can't do with crafting. All right, so I'm going to lay that down, and you can see immediately that I'm missing something. I'm missing leaves, but I do have enough sticks. Let's build what we have. All right, and I don't have enough sticks, so we're going to have to wander out here. Get some more sticks. Get some more leaves. Right? So listen, I understand this is the early moments of the game and it's kind of boring. But this is all critical stuff you've got to get done here. All right, more leaves. So basically you go find yourself a plant, smack it around. You'll get leaves off of it. 5 leaves gathered, blah, blah, blah. Now, don't get too far away. Listen, we're not in a position to really be protecting ourselves or doing anything crazy. The plane crash lands on an island in a random position every time you play. The island itself doesn't change, but where you land does. So we could be right next to an enemy camp, or we could be all the way on the other side of an island. At this point, I can't. I've played this a lot, but I still don't have enough landmarks to be able to tell you that yet. So let's go ahead and get the rest of these leaves built, because you want to be able to save your game in case of, tragedy, death, terrible. Oop, I just chopped down a berry plant. Oh, well, that's okay. Plenty more to be had. All right, so that should give us enough. Of course, you can run. I guess I should have been doing that. All right, perfect. We now have a basic shelter, which will allow us to skip the night. We can sleep in there, and we can save. So I'm going to go ahead and produce a save here for us. All right, good. So now we're ready to start doing a little bit of exploring. We have no weapon aside from this axe, which isn't probably going to be the best thing for us. So let's go ahead and bring up our inventory. And start looking at what we can do with our inventory. So the first thing that I'll do is I'll go ahead and combine a cloth and a bottle of booze, and I'll craft a Molotov. You don't really need the booze. I mean, you can drink it for survival, but in reality, having Molotovs early on is good. If we combine a stick, we get a spear. All right, now we've got something going on. And you'll also notice that it's telling us with that little gear, hey, you could build something else. If you add 2 more cloth, 3 bones, you can upgrade your spear. But we have no bones, and we're not likely to have bones for a little while. But you also have chicory, which you can combine to make medications, that sort of thing. So right now, what we really need to start thinking about now is water. So right now we have some soda, but we have no food, nothing whatsoever. Now, if we chop open a couple more of these guys, there we go. We got cloth and a snack. So we could run around and look for these suitcases, of which there should be many. I should have killed that squirrel, but I didn't. All right, so I'm going to look around. It's really weird. Usually there are like suitcases everywhere. Okay, there's some more stuff for us to harvest. Don't pass anything up. I mean, you'll eventually fill up your inventory, but you won't lose. There's a certain maximum amount of each item that you can have, right? So once you run out of space for wood, it'll let you stop taking wood or stop taking rocks. It won't not let you take food because you have too many rocks, if that makes sense. So what I like to do, and this is how I play pretty much any of these kind of creepy-ass survival games, is I'll start running around in a circular pattern so I don't get too far away and start exploring my area. Okay, so we have here some berries. Now, we don't know if these berries are healthy or not. Our thirst level just gave us a warning. You can see down below in the bottom right, we need to start getting some liquids. So finding fresh water is going to be a priority. I didn't grab the berries because I'm pretty sure those are poisonous. The only way you can find out for sure is to either know or eat one and have it make you vomit a little bit. All right, so I'm going to kind of make a circular path around the plane, maybe get some higher ground where I can see. I kind of have an idea where we are based on this. Okay, there's some more table trays. Obviously, we're going to keep our eyes open for stuff. Ah, here we go. Perfect. All right, so let's take a look. That is probably fresh water down there. And I see a bunch of suitcases, and I see no enemies. The enemies typically will not come out during the daytime. They like to come out at night, but that doesn't mean that they won't. It just means that they probably won't, at least not yet. You piss them off, they'll start hunting you down, including during the daytime. Let's work our way down here. I kind of remember this ridge. It's just been a long time since I've played. All right, so we're gonna harvest what we can. Get that out of there. Get out of here. All right, so let's go ahead and harvest everything that we can. Anything that's not nailed down, that's stupid tennis balls. I'm so sick of those. All right. Batteries, good. Everything that you're finding, there's a use for, right? So, don't not pick anything up. There's, the change of clothing. Yeah, kind of. Okay, we'll grab those too. Sometimes a new outfit can help. Okay, we need some water. Let's get that out of the way. So we'll go up to the water. We'll drink. If for some reason this water is not clean, we'll start choking. Okay, so we didn't like it. It's better to boil it, but you can get some really nasty water in this game that can really hurt you. That just was like, yeah, you probably shouldn't drink it. But listen, we're going to do it anyway. So what I recommend doing is once you find some fresh water, right, it's pretty close, right? We probably don't need to do this. I like to set myself up a stick marker. So I'm going to go ahead and put the stick marker here. Well, you can put it like anywhere you want. All right, and then I'm going to build it, and I'm going to change the color of the stick marker to blue. That's how I know that there's fresh water here. Listen, trust me on this one. At some point in time, you'll want to know where that's at. Plus, as you walk away, that marker will be visible to you. So markers are definitely something you want to use while playing this game. Now, you're probably saying, why don't you take some of this water back with you? Unfortunately, right now, I don't have a container to do so, although I will later. Bert! Oh, don't just sit there all trusting. Birds have feathers, and feathers make arrows. So listen, we want to start chopping these guys up when we can. Well, we'll catch up with him later. There's rabbits. Yeah, rabbits definitely. Everything's good for hunting here. So you know what? Let's go ahead and equip that spear. Now you can throw the spear. I will tell you that the throwing mechanism takes a little bit of getting used to. Usually I think it's right. You put your target between your thumb and your forefinger, and it's pretty close. You can retrieve it. So let's take a stab, so to speak. Oh, where's that bird going to land? Go ahead. Come on, land somewhere close by. Damn it. Oh, there's one. Let me see if I can get him. Nope. Definitely off. Fortunately, like I said, you can retrieve your spear. If I can get close enough. There we go. And we can take another stab at it, or I can just pluck. Oh, come on. Give me, have him. There we go. Finally. Good Lord. All right, so the feathers go flying around, so you got to go chase them. And I got the bird, so I've got some meat. Now I get to eat. That's a good thing. Boy, bad shot. When it rains, the birds like to land. So that's a good thing for us, because that's going to give me some basic meat and feathers. Feathers, 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 feathers. Okay. Wow, look at these guys. They're just all sitting here all trusting. Too bad I can't hit any of them. Let me see. So it's right off the fingertip, it looks like. Damn. All right, well, I guess we take care of them the old-fashioned way. There is, of course, you can hunt all sorts of things. You can fish by spear fishing. So we got enough for now. We've got some food. We have a source of water. It's time for us to run around a little bit before it gets dark. More berries. Those ones with the little red flowers, I believe, are the ones that will do damage to you. So we're going to stay clear. Different types of berries, different types of plants you can harvest are located at different spots on the island. Oh, look at this. Oh, beautiful. So here we go. This is an abandoned camp. What was that? Oh, that was me kicking some pots, I think. So this is perfect. This is great. A pot. There's a million and one uses for a pot. We're going to take it. That's great. We can use the pot. In fact, now we could go back to that blue. There's our marker. We could run back to our blue marker and fill this pot with water. As I recall, like I said, it's been a while here. Hey, now, I didn't see you come in, Alex. Sorry, brother. I would have acknowledged you. So now, if we haul ourselves... Alex and I play a lot of this together. I'm trying to remember. I believe you have to equip. There we go. Now, I got some water. That's good. And I believe I can leave it... Hang on. It's been a little while here. So now I've got my spear. Now I can take that water back to my camp. Oh, I didn't mark my camp, dill hole. This is what I get for not playing this for a while. Mark your camp. Now the temporary shelter will actually not show up on the map, but a real base will, right? So this temporary shelter doesn't show up. So I'm going to go ahead and save. Why not? All right, now my fire went out, so I'll have to relight it. You do occasionally have to continue to put stuff on it to keep it burning. Now, I will take and equip, and I will put it here. Perfect. Now it's going to boil that water for me. And you can also see that I've got food on hand too. Uh-oh, there's a bad guy. I knew they'd come running. First couple of guys, you could probably get away with going after him. He's brought a buddy. They're not super aggressive yet, but they will be. Alright. You might have noticed that he lost some teeth when I smacked him around. I don't know if he'll come back or not. As you can see, I took some damage. We want this guy dead, and I'll show you why. Well, I mean, oh crap, he brought a butt. Crap. You can block, I'm just not as good at it. Boy, I'll tell you what, not having an upgraded spear blows. Okay, so I'm going to grab him and pick him up. And take him back here. I hope my meat's not all messed up yet. Okay, so I got fresh water to drink. And, oh, what happened to my meat? Oh, maybe I can't grab him yet. All right, so I'm going to put the cannibal on the fire, and he's going to dissolve into bones. Remember we looked earlier? That was one of the things that I needed to do, was to upgrade my spear. Right, so if I go to combine, you can see that if I have 3 bones and 2 cloth, I can upgrade my spear. And since these guys are already starting to come to the camp, we probably need to do that. Alright, so this guy's still dissolving. It's going to be nighttime soon. We don't really want to be running around in the middle of the night. Hurry up and decompose already. Well, eventually he will fall into a pile of bones. I'm going to look around and make sure his little buddy decided to run off. There we go. So now I got all these bones. Now we can go back to our inventory and we can start combining. 3 bones, 2 cloth, bang, upgraded spear. Now we've got game. For these first couple of days worth of enemies, we're in good shape. So we could do a couple of different things now, right? We could, we're probably going to need to hole up for the night. I think it's probably best if we make some sort of a decent shelter. So let's break out the book. And I will grab the mouse. Let's see what our notes are here. Okay, so there's some notes for survival here. So we skipped these. I just talked about them instead. Build a shelter, right? Hunting shelter, build a fire, and forage. You know, these are poisonous, these are edible, right? So let's see what we got here. So a hunting shelter is like the very first of the more permanent shelters. Hang on a second. I thought I heard something. Maybe not. What happened to my meat? Where'd my bird meat go? It must have burned. If you leave your meat on too long, bad things can happen. Isn't that right, Alex? Can't remember. All I know is that my meat is all gone. That's too bad. That would have been good. But right now I am fed and I am watered. So I'm in a pretty good shape. Now it looks like there might be a hang on a second. What did I just say? Let me leave a See, I could go ahead and start building like an alpine ski resort up there on the top of the trees and all sorts of other good stuff. But to be honest with you right now, I may not want to stay here. So I really shouldn't spend a lot of my time building here, because I don't know if this is a safe place. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put another marker. This one I'm going to make, I don't remember what color I usually made it. Purple will be fine. Purple will be a home base. So this is, you can see my blue marker is taking me over to where the water was. That's why there's no trees over here. Alright, so that's where we were down below. Man, I wish I could completely remember where we were here. So the island is pretty good size. Let me see here. Right now, you don't really have a map. Oh, there's your lighter. Forgot about that. You don't really have a map because you have to find one in order to keep track of where you're going. So in the beginning, you have no map. Keep that in mind. Now, again, we're not going to want to wander too far up. Oh, look at this. More water. Oh, and another campsite. Good, good. Oh, our home did end up showing up finally. That's weird. It wasn't showing before. You can use a stick as a weapon, but you might as well just spit at them. Okay, you can only carry 1 pot. All right, and sometimes these tents will show up as saves too. But oh, there you go. See, I can do a quick save here at the tent. Ah, look at that fish. Sweet. I needed food. So much for shooting fish in a barrel, right? And it's starting to get dark. That's even worse. Fishing, I forgot how much fun fishing is. I don't see any more. Well, let's go get some food on. It's getting dark. I don't want to be out here. So what is the point of this game? You're going, okay, well, that's all fine and good, but it's just a survival game, right? Oh, no, 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 no. You got to go find your kid. And I guarantee you there's a whole storyline going on behind. Let's see here. Let's see. Equip. Fish. Fish. All right, whoops. So my fish are cooking. Eventually they'll show up to be edible. I'm going to go ahead and put some more fuel on the fire here. So I believe we can skip the night here. You can see the night cycle. I don't know why I was thinking. Maybe only in a deluxe one can you sleep through the night. These basic shelters aren't all that great. But they will do the job. So now it's dark, as you can see. We're not in good shape here. The good news is if they did come to attack us, we probably could forage for the night here if we needed to. Uh-oh. Here he comes. In one case, it's good because he's worth bones. I'd rather not get my ass kicked, though. We do have a better spear. He should go down fairly easy. Now, these guys, well, honestly, kind of spooky. Crap. Alright, let me eat some food here. Now, that fish is going to end up being destroyed if I don't eat it anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and eat it. You have drying racks you can put out to put food on that will allow you to dry the food and preserve it. Otherwise, it'll spoil. When you start building more complex camps, you're going to want to put together all sorts of good stuff, including defenses. Let me go over here. And you'll probably want to have more than one fire going, if nothing else, just so you can roast these dudes. I'm going to go ahead and grab basic fire. If I do this right, I can get pretty close, and they'll just start catching on fire. Not to be, I guess. Now, the more you use a fire, the more likely it is to fall apart. That fire probably won't last long. I'll be honest, I don't know if on day one I've seen this many cannibals at one time. So the game itself must be sort of been tweaked since I played last. Obviously, they're not a big threat, or we could be very nearby a cannibal location or a mutant location. So let's go ahead and start chopping down some wood, shall we? Let's go ahead and put ourselves together a basic. Let's put ourselves together a little bit better of a fortress. So let's go ahead and build this. You know what? Hang on. That's weird. Why can't I build? Why can't I build the Aspen Ski Lodge or anything? I must not have done something I'm supposed to do yet. Hang on. Set up defenses. Find the missing plane passengers. So you can see as we move along, we're getting more and more things to do. Find Timmy is not a casual task. This will be in your to-do list for hours upon hours upon hours. So they wanted to let us know that we can build traps. We can build all sorts of stuff here. Defensive spikes, defensive walls. And again, we totally want to do this. I just don't think we want to invest a lot of time and energy here. Oh, there's the treehouse. So we're going to go ahead and set up a treehouse. It's always nice to have another base anyway. So you can find a tree. That was a good one, actually. There we go. And you can rotate it however you like. I kind of like having the way up close to the plane, and we will place it. Alright, so as you can see, we need 14 logs and rope. Rope you can obtain or you can make it. I don't think I've got enough to make rope, to be honest with you. Let's see. Oh, I do. How about that? Okay, good. I got rope. So now I just need to do a lot of chopping. And that's okay. We can do that. Alright, now. Chopping makes noise, the trees fall, they might destroy your camp if they fall the wrong way, so move yourself out a little bit. And of course, the bonus part is that eventually the noise will bring enemies to you. You can see I have a blue stamina bar, a light blue stamina bar over there, that as I'm doing my work, it is going down. You can run out of stamina, then you can't do things. All right. So the nice thing, too, is you can gather stuff. You can only carry 2 logs at a time. And you can build... You don't have to have everything at once. You can build it in... Wait a second. I don't know why this is being so finicky. Why is this being weird? There we go. All right, so I got the rope and I got 2 logs of 14. So I need much, much more. We're not going to wander too far away. Again, 2 at a time. This work obviously goes better with more sets of hands. This game is available to play with multiplayer. I tend not to like to play with randos, but I do like to play with my friends. And as I mentioned before, Alex here that's in the chat right now, he and some of my other friends have played this game almost ad nauseum because it's been so much fun. I probably have, I don't know, I probably have 500 hours in this game or more. And some of it's about crafting, some of it's about finding finding Timmy, the last story. In addition to being out about on this big giant island, which is where you are, there's an intricate amount of cave systems underneath you will eventually find. The caves will require your exploration, and there is crap in those caves that will blanch you. If you really want to see some of those, because we're probably not going to make it into a cave during this live play, but there are things down there that will scare the living bejesus out of you. Things with many more legs and no head. Believe me, it's crazy. And as we're playing, the night is moving forward. We're using our water up. We're using our food. I hate the fact I can only carry 2 at a time. But of course you can make a log sled that lets you bring these around. I just lost my way. Lets you bring stacks of them back if you want. Yeah, I'll pick that one up later. So not only is the Alpine Treehouse just a great home base to have, but it's also rather safe. Until later on in the game, the mutants do not get particularly aggressive, and so they will not try to climb up the rope. However, by that time, you've got arrows, you've got Molotovs, you've got all sorts of good stuff to help protect yourself. And to be honest, your base is probably going to have defensive walls. It is unlikely that they will even get there. But it is worth noting that they can get on other trees. Ooh, where's that? Where'd he go? Come here. It's almost worth stopping to hunt that guy. Rabbit is valuable both for meat and for fur. There's all sorts of interesting things with this game too. Later on, you'll be able to get a music player, a cassette player, and the cassette player, you'll find out with the right tapes, increases your stamina or reduces your stamina drain. So there's all sorts of... Oh, I'm hungry already? Dang. Why is this being a problem? For those of you with virtual reality headsets, you can play this in VR. And as you might expect, it is frickin' terrifying. So it isn't Phasmophobia, but I guarantee you that this game will scare the bejesus out of you if you play it in VR. It is also, unfortunately, a bit on the nauseating side in terms of the movement. So let's crawl ourselves up here. All right. Now we have a proper treehouse. Wait a minute, I only have a platform. I thought I selected a treehouse. Oh, great, and there's somebody down there. Good news is he's probably not going to get up here. I thought that seemed like not enough logs. But you know what? This is a good time. I'm really pissed I didn't build didn't actually build a treehouse. Dang it, I missed him. Why are there so many of them already? Holy crap. I must be nearby. And yes, you can fall off and they will beat their living crap out of you. This sucks. So I'm going to basically have to sit up here till morning and I can't save. Look at him. Well, okay, good. Some of them caught on fire. Since I'm hungry and thirsty, we'll consume some of our onboard snacks. Guys are so creepy. They can climb up the tree and jump over here, but I don't think they'll do it at this stage of the game. Then again, I didn't think we'd see this many of them. What do I have available? I've got nothing. Got no... I could throw the spear, but then I wouldn't have a spear. How many are down there, I wonder? It might be worth it to get captured. Let's see. You know what? This is a... Hey, Didymus, what's up, man? Let's see what we can do here. Maybe we can get through this. Sure is a lot of them, though. This is not going to probably bode well. Let me get some fire started. Come on. You don't like that, do you? Crap. Well, getting captured will be okay. I'm almost dead. Crying out loud. It's okay if I get... Okay, I went down. That's okay. The first time you go down, 99.9% of the time you're captured, not killed. Perfect. I'm captured. So, essentially, they're going to drag me off to what's called the Hanging Cave. This will give us our first experience inside one of the cave environments. And that's kind of cool. This video wouldn't be complete if I didn't show you what the underground looks like. There's also a plethora of food and goodies here. Alright, so we're hanging upside down. Left us to die. Cut ourselves down. Okay. So we still have our inventory, which is good. And again, we have this stupid little lighter. Okay, look at that. We just found one of the passengers that were in seat 9B. I have not found all the passengers. Don't really need a skull right now, but what I could use... Look at this. That's the cool part of this hanging cave. I guess they sort of expect you to get caught the first time, because it gives you access to this cave and a multitude of resources to get you sort of refueled, I guess. Now, in this area, there will never be a bad guy. By the way, if you, like, mess with these guys, they'll oftentimes drop things like money or coin. Those things are all valuable. Keep wanting to use a Witcher skill and, like, highlight around the map where everything is. Sorry, wrong game. I'm telling you right now, in VR, this is so terrifying. Even without there being any bad guys here, it'll just make you want to throw up. If you're looking to be scared crapless in VR, this is the one. Okay, here we go. Here's some new stuff. Low energy. Damn it, it keeps sounding like there's somebody here, even though I know that there's not. Okay. Alright, some more meds. We have a note. Oh, it's our map! Yay! Okay, so now we can actually start tracking where the hell we are, right? You see I have low stamina and low energy. They're telling me I need to do... Oh, look at this! I got hairspray. This is awesome. that makes short something or another. What am I looking for here? Oh, there's a compass too. Perfect. So we have a map and we have a compass, which gives us some sort of decent... Here we go. What's this? Yeah. So let the guilt trip begin. You lost your kid. Now, you can start digging deeper into the cave through here. Probably not recommended. Not yet. You can build fires down here and everything else. And you'll also notice that it will map the underground caves for you as well. Oops. Not what I meant to do. Alright, so let's get rid of the map. Now, there's two ways out. As I said, you could try to find your way through the cave, or you could crawl out. Where'd it go? Where's that rope? There we go. Or you can crawl out here. This is going to put you at an enemy base, but usually they're not here when you crawl out. I realize this isn't super exciting, and I wish I had had a save file somewhere handy. Okay, let's crawl out here. It's daytime. Get rid of that. So here we are. This is one of the camps that will... what's this? This pile of bones? Oh, we can't take that. Too bad. That would have been cool. So let's investigate a little bit. There's one of the tennis players that he's been gutted and stuffed with tennis balls. Great. I think the developers really hate tennis. Let's go ahead and have our spear out here. Breaking these laptops result in getting a motherboard. You can see now we have a... where did the motherboard go? We have a motherboard or a circuit board in our inventory. That allows you to make different types of bombs. Like I said, there's a lot to do in this game. Okay, so we found some more passengers. They're marked automatically. Look at this, some rope. Sweet. Bring on the free drinks. Now, what do you need all this food for? Honestly, well, obviously you need to survive, right? But the reason that you need to have food on hand is so that you can go and explore the caves. There's no animals down there, although there is mutants that you can kill and eat their flesh. Look at this. More cloth. Good. This is all stuff that we need and want. Cloth, rope, food, drink, not tennis balls. Tape, perfect. More stuff that we really have to have. So getting captured initially is sort of part of the game. You can get to the hanging cave without being captured, which is probably the more desired methodology. So these are effigies. If you destroy these, it tends to piss them off, but it does mark their territory so that you know where they tend to frequent. So there's a lot of early harvesting going on so I can get as much crap as I can because I really don't want to be back here again. When you get taken down, when you are killed, there's always a chance you'll come back to the hanging cave, but sometimes you do just die outright. Low chance. Oh, nice. Flares, perfect. Those are also extraordinarily necessary for cave exploration. Now, we could sit here probably and gut this whole place. There's more drink there. So we could probably do that. We should probably start thinking about how to get back to our shelter. As you can see, we have some markings in the background. Those don't grow and shrink, though, based on how far you are away. So those, we could be right over the cliff there, or it could be all the way across the island. You will notice, though, that thanks to our map, I'll just walk a little bit, we are getting mapped as we go, which is great. So we'll put that away for now. You don't have to have it out to get the benefit of mapping. We're going to see if we can get ourselves... We're really tired. It's probably not going to bode well here. We should have some more... Dang it. Yes, we added some good stuff to our collection here. So it didn't help a lot, but it did help some. So when you craft... So you put the tape down and you hover over the gear and it'll tell you what you can make. Now we have the opportunity to start making some cool stuff, right? In this case, probably a slingshot. So let's get that back out. What can we combine with this? Nothing. Okay, well, that's okay too. Combine, what can we do? So you can make a recharged flashlight, for example. Blah, 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 blah. All sorts of stuff. If we were to drop a rope, yeah. The rope is the building blocks of a lot of good stuff. So a rope, cloth, and stick will give us a bow. That's something helpful. What about bones? So bones give us the opportunity to make bone armor. The more you kill, the more you can put armor on. Right now, if you look down by my health, where the water and my food is, down here, you can see this outer ring is empty. That is your armor, or your armor class. The higher it is, the better the color, the more protected you are. This is my health, of which I have very little. I could go ahead and eat some pills, and you can see that it will start putting me back together here in a minute, over time. All right, so enough of that. Let's see if we can get ourselves back home. Well, as home as we're going to have at this moment. Again, we'll take a look at our map. I know what you're thinking, Shane, just leave the map out while you're running around. You can kind of do that, but sometimes you'll end up falling or you're really not paying attention to what's around you. But you can. It works. Hey, Shane, why isn't it mapping anything? It is. There's just nothing of interest yet for it to put on said map. I'm going to put it away so you can move faster. When you see cliff walls like this, that could be indicative that there's a cave in now. Hey now! Chris Henschel's here, Womp Rats. There are caves along these rock walls. Now, I don't remember exactly where I am just yet, but you're always keeping an eye out for cave entrances. Note, we also have some different flora on this side, so we're not seeing the same things that we saw when we were back at the plane crash. So my guess is that we're probably a good distance away. But don't lose the opportunity. Listen, we're gonna hightail it, but we also want to kind of get some bearings as to where we're at. Oh, look at that! There's a cave right there. Now, I am probably not dumb enough to get in there. Well, maybe I am. Who knows? Am I crouched or what? Something seems wrong. Okay, so here's a cave entrance. And you can enter if you would like. Let me drink something here. Okay. Oh, look at that. Freak. Son of a... Here's another piece of interesting trivia. They won't follow you into a cave, so guess what? We're going in. Standard load during the cave crawling sequence. Alright, so they won't come in after me. That doesn't mean there's not some in here waiting for me. Alright, so they're out there, we're in here. Let's explore a little bit, shall we? Again, as I mentioned before, if you bring your map up, you will get some mapping. So look at this. This appears to me like this is the cave that's connected to the hanging cave area that we were there before, which I believe is probably true. This is probably a fairly safe cave to explore, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm not going to lie to you. Even though I kind of know the game, it still creeps the living crap out of me. Why are there sticks down here to build fires? And you'll understand why if we encounter one of these guys. I'm going to kill him and debone him to make bone armor. That's pretty much what the caves end up being, is a lot of bone armory. All right, so here we have your standard effigy. We can break it. It'll probably come back, but you can harvest what you need from it, which is good if you need wood for a fire. Okay, so this is a union here. I sort of remember this area now. Oh, there's one right there. This is perfect, because we're going to gut him and return... Oh, crap, there's two of them. Great. This shouldn't be a big challenge, but just haven't played long enough to... Crap. Divide and conquer, man. Alright, let's see if I can get some meds on board here before I get dead. I don't think he's dead. There he is. Now he is. No, maybe not. Now he's dead. Alright, so let's not waste the opportunity. Crap. Dang it. I hit the wrong thing. Alright, so let's see what happens here. Nope. We got gutted. So we didn't end up in the hanging cave, which sucks. So we actually are dead. We'd have to go back to a save spot. All right, so we can continue from one of our save spots. Oh, I guess I do have some other save slots from before, from day 15 and 16. Let's hop to one of these save slots and look at the game a little further progressed when I'm not a complete wuss. Yes, there's no video of mine that would not be complete without dogs. Okay, so you can see that I do have a... oh, here's a tent, right? So you can see I can change the day-night cycle. Ah, now you get to see a considerably different side of the game now that I'm a little further along. All right, so you can see I've got markers everywhere. You can see I've got some things that are in progress being built. I've got several homes throughout the island. And I am here on the waterfront, where you can see over in the distance there. That's where they dump the bodies into the water, the cannibals. Very, very creepy stuff. The good news is that while you're along here on the waterfront, you can kind of see them coming. And there are usually things like change on the beach. You'll find bottles of booze. I don't know how picked clean this beach is. You see an effigy here, which means that bad guys are nearby, or places that they like to be are nearby. That's okay. So let's take a look. Yeah, a little bit different in terms of the inventory department, right? In fact, this could actually be... There's a lot of stuff in here that might actually give away pieces of the game, so I'm probably not going to sit in the inventory for too long. But I will wander around so you guys can see a little bit more of the island. Then we'll wrap it up. This game deserves a lot more credit and visibility than it tends to have. It's great, doesn't it? For as old of a game as it is. Okay, so I have a marker here, green for a cave entrance. Let's take a look at my map. Just to kind of give you an idea, once you've gone over a lot of the island, sort of what you're looking at. There's a lot going on. A lot of caves, a lot of buildings, a lot of things to do. So don't think that I even scratched a tiny portion of it at the beginning. So what's it take for you to beat this game? What does it take to win? What it takes to win is surviving these guys long enough to explore all the caves, get everything that you need to go down into the giant sinkhole, which I'll just show you that on the map in the very middle. There's a way to get to that giant sinkhole. Once you go down there, there's a hidden entrance that will take you into the final, or the last third of the game. And that's where things completely change up, and this becomes a completely different game. Most of my friends have not seen it because we played it in early access, and it wasn't available at that point in time. Why did I mark this area? Is this another cave entrance? It's weird. It's weird that I used multiple colors. More cave entrances. There's all sorts of interesting things to find, too. There's a boat out in the water that you can find. The archipelago's out there. And again, you can see I've done a lot of work in this save file. Oh, look, you're going to see some of the more scary bad guys. Yeah, I still may not be able to beat these guys. Don't tell me that just doesn't scare the living crap out of you. Oh, just ran me right over. They're not going to fall for a banana in their tailpipe. Chainsaw may not be enough against these guys. I just honestly don't remember. Oop, gonna die. Out we go. Time to go. I'm gonna have problems here. I'm very weak. Crap. But you'll notice I'm covered in blood. I could get infected. Yeah, thank you, Chris, for commenting on my dog. As you can see, I got lucky. I rolled a saving throw, and I was able to get hauled off. And again, I'll be right back in that hanging cave, just like you saw earlier on in the game. All right, well, you get the idea. Real fun game. It's very, very cheap. Multiplayer, single-player, VR. Plenty to do, plenty to see. And I hope you enjoyed taking a look at it and back with me. Enjoy. Thanks so much for watching. Take